underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right up, 1 second left. Down goes Francesa. Down goes Francesa. Down goes Francesa.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. Oh, wow. In your life have you seen anything like that? No. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff like St. Patrick's Day. Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, I asked my Irish friend how he handles his alcohol, and he said, "With my hands, you dumb cunt." Anyway, here's your host, the star of the program, who's not a cunt at all, Eastside Dave McDonald, everybody.
Hey, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Robert. We having a very exciting Davey Mac Sports Program today on the eve of St. Patrick's Day. That's right. It's St. Patrick's Eve. It's a big day. And as a result, we brought in well-known Irishman, Aaron Berg, to the table. Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready to get out there and have a great party tomorrow?
Yeah. Aaron Berg, well-known comedian, actor, host. You just saw him in Marvel. I'm watching the Daredevil show.
Daredevil, yeah. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. You were in
Daredevil. Daredevil.
it. And you got to act with the main guy.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
How the hell did you pull that off?
He's fat.
I mean, I don't think you want to say that if you want continued roles in the Marvel universe, because that's not just the only one. You were also in, what was the other one he was in? The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's two. That's two Marvel Universe things. He's fat, P-H-A-T. That means really good. That's why. Two times in the Marvel Universe. I am a god.
Are you the same character?
No.
And was the character in Incredible Hulk the same character that we just saw in Daredevil with you as a construction worker at the very beginning of the, it was episode 1, I believe, correct?
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
But
I actually watched the show, but
yeah.
Also my brain has been microwaved from, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's odd because, no, I was soldier number 6 in The Incredible Hulk, and I was DOT foreman in Daredevil. So it's possible in the Hulk, I was a soldier, and then I was like, I'm not for this life anymore. I'm going to move to New York and get a job in construction. So that's possible. It could happen in the Marvel universe that my character had an arc, which was like, I'm out of this game. This is crazy. The Hulk is fighting all these soldiers. This is too much for me. I just want to get married and get a construction job. That's probably what my character did.
Well, this is what we're saying. Now we can just start sprinkling. By the way, Stan Lee's dead. So
Yeah.
there's no more point and room for the Stan Lee cameo. How about we get an Aaron Berg now situation? Every single Marvel movie, there's the Aaron Berg. We've seen him in Daredevil. And by the way, was that your voice?
No, they dubbed over my voice.
Now,
This is a big
why
problem.
are they dubbing over you? You have a fantastic voice.
I have a great voice. It's phenomenal, my voice.
But also,
we have no
your voice
idea.
sounds like a construction worker. So, like, why did they? Whose voice did they use?
I think it's discrimination. I literally have to sue. I think it's discrimination. I don't know why, but I've reached out to SAG and I've been like, hey, this is a problem. Like, when they hire you, they're supposed to hire you to do ADR and do the dubbing of the voice. They did not. And at one point, the casting director reached out to my manager. This is all inside baseball. And they're like,
I like
hey,
hearing it. I like hearing it. I'm a big behind the scenes with the movies and the TV shows.
They're like, we may need him to do ADR, but as you know, that's not my department, said the casting director. So we're waiting to hear from production. Never did. I watch it a week ago. I'm all excited. I'm like, I'm in this thing I couldn't talk about for a year and a half. And then it drops. And I'm like, that's not my voice. And I just looked at my wife and I just started pummeling her in her face. and I go, oh, it's not my what?
Well, I mean, now we're gonna have, that Jonathan Majors scenario from Marvel, where you're not gonna be in any future projects because of what you just said. So I'm trying to get you a Marvel career here, where you're the common link. Let's maybe leave.
No, it's not what you think. It was like I saw this Instagram meme where it was like how women used to brush their teeth in the 1800s, and it was a guy putting toothpaste on his knuckles. So it was I would never hit my wife. She's too surly, and she could take a shot. Sometimes she thinks she could take it.
They did that to you, but at the same time,
it's crazy. And that's not the only time. Once they CGI'd my face on a project with Eric Roberts, so it barely looked like me. They made my nose less Jewish, and they put it up like that.
They made you into a pig man.
Yeah, pig man.
That's terrible. All right, listen.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to write to Marvel. We're going to let Marvel know that Aaron Berg was sensational in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
Sensational. And that stop overdubbing the voice, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
We got to fix it. I mean, I'm looking for money at this point.
I would take this route. You guys can get away with your little Daredevil incident, but I want to be in the next Avengers.
Punisher. I want to be
Punisher too.
Punisher.
How about you should be the Punisher?
They already have a Punisher. It's that Jonathan Bernthal guy or something.
Yeah, but come on. He to talk about sullen.
Yeah. He's sullen. I could bring some levity to it.
Yes. Punisher needs to be a little bit happier. Like, hey, woo, you're the bad guys.
Ooh. Oh, look, everybody's putting stickers of me on their truck with a Trump wig on top of it. I'd be happy. He's the Punisher.
I think it would be a much more jovial Punisher. I think it would be a Punisher that people would smile when they saw the Punisher now.
Yeah, I'm killing, but it's fun. And killing is fun. I mean, everybody's so against war, but come on, war's doing really good things.
Well, I mean, just a general war's done good. I mean, I suppose it's taken out Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everybody's Hitler now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There is that issue. People have been saying that for a few years. That
boy, this
Hitler,
is fun.
Hitler, huh?
Isn't this better than when you used to be on the radio? This is way better. It's like we have freedom, we have fun, we're back and forth. I just want to say this: Greg Fitzsimmons is a hack. I'd like to say that. I'm done with all these old guy comedians like, I'm a dad, my kids are so wacky. Shut up. Go up there and make some racial epithets, you loser.
I have children of my own. You rarely hear me talk about them ever. Robert, you can testify to this.
Other than the podcast you do with your son, you rarely talk about them.
They're I look at them as two George Harrisons. Like they're the quiet Beatles. They're there, they exist, but come on. I'm the star of the show here. Okay.
I was, and now I just feel like I'm really falling off lately. I used to be the best, and then I was like, I got to put everything into my family, and now I'm just so drained. And now I get why people just run away to Thailand and screw non-binary people. I get it, and I just keep putting love in endlessly.
It seems like that's an extreme remedy to the problem. I mean, maybe just take a vacation. Maybe just drop the kids off with the grandparents for a day. That will avoid any Thailand Gary Glitter scenario.
Not balls deep in somebody doing Muay Thai movements.
I mean, again, what we're trying to do is establish your Marvel career, where you're now going to be the linchpin in all of these projects between the Thailand and the wife with the toothpaste. Again, we're just trying.
I think Aaron's showing how good of an actor he is. You said he was Irish, and he's embodied the whole thing. He's punching his wife. He's leaving his family. If he gets pissed drunk, he's hit the Irish big three.
I mean, the problem now. St. Patrick's Eve. What does St. Patrick's Day mean to you? Does it mean anything? You're not really Irish, are you?
My wife is a little Irish. Her last name is Irish, but then she also, I think my wife, it's not dementia, but she has a weird mental disorder. And she thinks she's also Italian. She'll be like, her dad, even though he has like an Irish last name, she's like, my dad was in the mob. And he wasn't. He was, even if he was like the Irishman. And then she'll be like, we're also German and Swiss. And I'm like, you're just making things up now to make things up. So my wife is Irish. So in effect, she'll do a corned beef on like St. Patty's Day. She'll do a corned beef, but it's really not good. It's really bad, like real rubbery. And you can maybe get like 4 or 5 good bites out of there, and you gotta just like drown it in brown mustard. That being said, she can cook really good stuff. Like, have you had microwave popcorn before? She makes really good. She just hits the button and she knows when to stop it, because sometimes the popcorn button is like, oh, you trust it. Oh, it knows what popcorn is. No, you got to sometimes stop it. It's a second apart and you stop it, and then you don't want too many kernels. So she's really good at that. And, so we'll maybe do that, or I'll throw that idea out and I'll get a Shake Shack.
So it means jack and shit to you.
Yeah.
Is basically, in a nutshell, it means nothing.
It used to be when I was a drinker, I'd go out and get drunk. You'd be like, hey, I'm fingering a girl with a green dress on. And then now it's nothing. I mean, it'd be nice to go into the city. I went to a nice bar. Do you still drink?
Occasionally. I'm not really. It's more of a marijuana situation.
Okay. I went to a nice bar. I did a show on Fox last week, and I went to like the bar where all the people from Fox News go after, and it was a nice bar. And I haven't had a drink in like 11, 12 years, but I was like, oh, I would drink at a bar like this. Because when I used to drink, like St. Patty's Day drinking, I'd go to Patty McGuire's or something on 3rd Avenue. And, it's like a dive bar. And I'd drink red wine until I had diarrhea. Then I'd go have diarrhea in the bathroom, and then I'd come back out. I mean, this Marvel character is really evolving, and there's a lot of backstory.
I'm into it. All right. Now, some guy who's not Irish, his name is Mike Francesa. Okay? You're familiar
no C? You don't pronounce Francesca?
Francesa. Mike Francesa.
Okay. I know of him. He's been around for a long time.
Long time. He's a radio legend. And he now does some kind of show for like a gambling site. And the other day, he was yelling. He overheard his producers talking about college basketball. I guess apparently one of his producers thought if you have the best record in college basketball, that you win the conference. And Mike's point was, no, there's the conference tournament afterwards. That's who determines who wins the conference, right? Anyway, Mike overhears this and he goes crazy. And the entire time he's not understanding that he's on the air.
Okay.
I want Robert, you to play this clip.
Give me 1 second to pull it up here, Dave.
You can even start it a minute in if you want, because it's just him rambling about college basketball.
I love a good hot mic moment.
But yeah, this is a classic Mike moment, because this entire thing he thought was private. And I don't understand why Mike doesn't get like how do you not know that you're on the air? Is there not an on-air sign? It's a very bizarre moment, but anyway, let's play it because it's the latest Mike Francesa viral moment.
Champion. It can't, because if it did, why the hell would you have a tournament? So you're wrong about that. The title goes to who wins tomorrow. They are the regular season champs, but that's not the championship for the title. The title, the trophy, comes to the winner of tomorrow night's game, no matter who it is. They have to do that, because otherwise, why the hell have a tournament? If St. John's had already won the title, what are these 4 days for? So whoever said that is wrong. The championship of the league is decided tomorrow night. That's the title. That's who holds up the trophy. Whoever wins tomorrow night cuts down the nets. That's how it works. So whoever said that doesn't know what they're talking about. All right? Now let's go back and start this over again. And I don't want to hear you guys in my headset.
He won't let it. He won't let it go. He won't let this poor thing go. And he keeps berating these guys. And the entire thing is on the air.
I didn't hear any of it.
You didn't
I heard none of it. No.
We did a test.
Yeah, we did a test. I couldn't hear anything.
Robert, how come our tests work? And then when we're on the air, it doesn't.
I think we have like performance anxiety issues where when it doesn't matter, everything goes well. Kind of like my penis.
Well, here's basically what happened, Aaron.
Yes.
You had Mike Francesa just constantly with the okay, the conference winner is determined by the tournament. Okay. Now who said it? Who said it? Oh, there's a person on television right over there, right next to Aaron Berg. Now who's talking right now? Hey, Eddie, are you talking, or is it Scotty, or is it Aaron Berg, or is it the little person who was next to Aaron Berg? But someone said it. Somebody is talking. Now, who said it? Who's talking? Can you imagine being a host, having to like play out a mystery on the air of who said it? Why can't he just move on? He's an odd man, is he not?
I really wish I would have seen it.
I can only hypothetically say, and this isn't, I don't have anything for fact, but sometimes when people aren't good as hosts and they don't have material to talk about, what they'll do is just attack other people in the room for no reason, perhaps as part of their alcohol.
You are so talking about someone or somebody, so you might as well spill the beans and say who you're trying to throw under the bus.
Oh, I just meant like I've seen Gino do that where he doesn't.
I mean, that's my entire act when I do stand up now. I just berate people.
Crowd work, is that one of your things?
I'm done. I'm over it, man. I want something stable now. I'm going to stop doing comedy, and I am going to be a professional bodybuilder. It seems like it's more there's a straighter career path. So it's like I'll do steroids a little bit. I'll get in shape. I'll probably do an OnlyFans, mostly just butthole. And then, because it's like, it's not my face. No one's going to know. How's my daughter going to know that I'm selling my butthole? Except she's standing there listening. But it's like, butthole, bodybuilding. I'm done. I was really good at comedy for a long time. I was ahead of the curve, but then all these young kids.
Don't give up. No.
Says who?
Me.
Why?
Me. Because you're doing this show and we booked you as special guest comedian extraordinaire Aaron Berg. If you quit, now we've ruined that whole tweet.
Just change it to special guest bodybuilder extraordinaire. And then it's like a new thing.
I'm not verified on Twitter because I can't afford the $7 a month. So I can't edit it now.
Twitter is assessed. If you go on Twitter and you put this on Twitter, all you're going to get is a lot of people writing JOO underneath. Twitter is just an anti-Semite cesspool now. It's insane. You don't need any of that. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna be a bodybuilder.
How about Bill? Let's talk about comedians. Bill.
Okay.
Burr.
Greg Fitzsimmons is a hack of the worst sort.
Okay, we established that.
My kids are assholes. Okay, Louis C.K. Light. Thanks for that.
How about Bill Burr? He seems to be he's a famous comedian, but he also seems to be bothering some people. I'm unfamiliar with why, with what's going on, but I see him trending all the time. Lots of people hate. Let
me say this.
Yeah.
He's doing a show on Broadway. You know what show he's doing on Broadway?
Glenn Ross.
Great show with Bob Odenkirk. Who else? Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin and Michael McKean.
Yeah.
Who's going to play the Alan Arkin role? If you saw the movie, Glenn Ross is one of my favorite movies of all time. I know it's established on the David Mamet play, but my God, that's a great role.
He's got that. He's got a new special on Hulu. He's very rich. His wife gave the finger to Trump at like a UFC fight.
Is he a nice guy? Have you ever, have you had interactions with him?
I mean, I don't think to describe Bill Burr as a nice guy is an accurate statement. Bill Burr's a really good comedian and a ball buster. Like, I've talked to him and we bust balls and that's it. Like, you're not expecting him to be like, hey, let's go donate to charity after. He's not. He's an asshole from Boston that fell into comedy. And, yeah, but a nice guy I would think of way different people. No
Is
one.
that
would
like
describe-
what you New York comedians do? You just act like assholes like 24/7, and then you
Yeah.
get away with it with like, well, I'm a comedian. This is what I do. I tell jokes.
Yeah, and then once in a while, people will be like, he has a really nice heart. He didn't mean to say the N-word 9 times. He was always so kind to me. He has a nice... when you're a comedian, if you don't rape someone, people are like, he's an angel. And it's like, you'll see people... all it takes is one account of like, I was in a green room with him and he never masturbated in front of me. He's a really nice guy. That's all it takes as a comedian. But Burr has like... The great, everything's going great for him. So it's like people have to shit on him. And it's like Trumpers think he's a libtard. Libtards think he's a Trumper. And never the twain shall meet. And he says stuff that I disagree with. But I also think Bill Burr just talks and throws shit at the wall and whatever sticks to. Hey, they handled the wildfires great. I'm sorry 9 million people lost their homes. Well, fucking Gavin Newsom did a great job. And it's like...
Sometimes I think, though, the Boston people just love the sound of their own voice and love the sound of their own shouting. And they're just, you know, they love that. The one thing I'll say about Bill Burr, when I was working on the Ron and Fez show years and years ago, and the Opie and Anthony show had Bill Burr on, and O&A had like a bullpen amount of producers, 15 guys who were all very, very boring. So they would call the Dave man in to do little stunts or whatnot. And I don't know how they had a unicycle. So they're like, Dave, come in here and fucking ride the unicycle. Okay, I'll ride the unicycle on the radio. I'll fall down. I hit my head. I'll yell. I'll scream.
Yeah.
Right. And all of that happened. I rode the unicycle. I fell. I hit my head on the side of the stage. They had a little stage in the thing. And Bill, but when I yelled, because by the way, it's radio, you should be audible. So if you have pain, you should go, ow. Because and so when I go, ow, because like my head was bleeding.
Yeah.
Because I crashed on the unicycle, Bill Burr said, okay, false enthusiasm. Thanks for coming.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, first of all, Bill, this isn't false enthusiasm. I'm on a unicycle. I've never been on one. And I just smashed my head on metal and there's blood here. Secondly, thanks for coming. I was asked to come in here by Opie and Anthony because none of their fucking producers have any exciting thing to do or to say. So they have to rely on the Dave man. Bring out old Mariano Rivera from the bullpen to close down the show. And you're calling me false enthusiasm? Screw you, Bill Burr.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry for going off, Aaron. I don't want to jeopardize your goddamn Marvel career because you can't be associated with this type of behavior. And I apologize to you. When guests come on, I try to keep my composure. But this Bill Burr, I've never forgotten false enthusiasm. What's false? What are you talking about?
Do you know what he said to me? We got a picture together. I got it upstairs. And we posed for the picture. And he goes, you know, nobody invited you here.
What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, I will tell you this. I followed him before, and it ain't that hard. But he's always doing new stuff. That's what these old guys say when they bomb in clubs. I'm doing new stuff. Like that hack, Greg Fitzsimmons. You ever seen that bald, edgy Todd Barry wannabe?
Now, is there a story behind your attack of fellow comedian Greg Fitzsimmons today? Is there on St. Patrick's Eve to go after an Irishman like that? This is actually the kind of comic on comic controversy I'm looking for here.
Greg Fitzsimmons, unhappy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Yeah. Hey. Screw you, Fitzy.
I'm going to stick a fist in your pot of gold.
Now.
This is like Washington Quas.
Greg went on Ron Bennington's show, and he was on after me at the stand, and Greg could not follow me. And he went on Ron's show, and he goes, last night I followed the most brutal hack at this club, and I'm not going to say which club. And he went up there and he was doing this pre-planned crowd work. And he was like, this guy looks like he's from here. And this guy looks like he's from here, which I never say. And none of it was pre-planned. And he had this gruff voice and he had this fast pacing and it was doing great. It was doing great. but I hated the audience for liking him. And then I went up and I could not perform. So then I heard it.
He said that?
Someone sent it to me.
Holy
so then I
shit,
DM'd
that's
him.
Weird.
I DM'd him and I said, hey, man, here's some advice. Don't watch the guy before you. Just focus on what you're doing. I know you've been doing this quite some time, but you'll get it sooner or later. You're funny. Just stick at it. And then I signed it, The Brutal Hack. And then a day later, he got back to me. He goes, I'm sorry. I just had a really bad set and I shouldn't have taken it out on you.
They always do that.
And I go, I know.
No.
Because they don't like to get caught.
No. On that same show, Ron asked Chris Pepper Stanley, who's the least trustworthy person you know? And he says, me. And I'm like, I'm the most honest person in the universe. My mouth has cost me so much opportunities and jobs. No Marvel gigs coming Dave Man's way, I can assure you.
Wow.
Right?
I'll tell you this. I'm not a fan of that Bennington guy anymore. This show went to his head.
Whoa.
Everybody's just talking all loosey-goosey over there now.
We
And I haven't heard nothing from Fez.
No, hey, come on. We love Ron and Fez. But Chris Pepper Stanley we love too. But when he said that,
I love all those guys. I love them.
You don't love Earl. Don't lie.
Who?
Earl. Speaking of black folks, have you seen the Baton Girl clip? And if so, thoughts and opinions. Is she guilty? Since you can't hear it, Robert, if you can play it, just play it on mute. We don't need to hear it. But just to refresh, on mute, you son of. There you go. There she is. There's the Baton Girl, and she's looked like she was smashing the other girl in the head with the baton. Right. She's now claiming she is innocent, that it was all an accident. She had a press conference that had like 100 people there. She is getting supported by the NAACP that is saying, hey, it's wrong to go after this girl. Some people, though, are also saying, well, what about the victim here?
She had a concussion.
How did the NAACP not reach out to the victim? Anyway.
Oh, this looks like a job for me. So everybody better NAACP.
Is she guilty? What's the deal with the?
Here's the problem. Here's what I don't know about the internet. I watched that video, and of course, all the thoughts go through my mind, and then I go on Anthony Cumia's Twitter, and then, but it's like you watch that, and then I watched the other clip where they showed it from another angle, and it looks like she's not hitting her. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, but I mean, she definitely hit her because the girl fell down, and then they examined her. She had to go to the hospital for a concussion.
So why is there one angle where it looks like she's not hitting her? Is that AI or something?
No, I just think it's the angle. I just think it's sometimes the camera angle makes things. It changes the perspective. That's all.
I'm kind of with Aaron. I think that girl flopped. I think she knew she was out of gas. She didn't have it coming down the last stretch. She was like,
and then just pretend.
Well, you guys think that the girl who got hit in the head is faking.
Yeah, she's the LeBron James of high school track.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not certain on this. I'm not certain, but I'll tell you this.
I mean, it's shocking.
I don't think we're going to have any answers until we burn some cities down.
I say no justice, no peace.
Hey, by the way, you mentioned Anthony on ABC. And this is just, we're having a fun St. Patrick's Eve show. This is what it's about. We just jump around and go from topic to topic.
Yeah.
Did you see that Opie, his former radio partner, had very, very incendiary comments to say about it?
No, I don't. Stay tuned to that. I'll once in a while go on Anthony's Twitter and I'll go, oh, he's doing that. And then I saw he's got this gig at WABC. He's making $48 million this year.
For a Sunday night show, he's making $48 million.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm speculating. But
radio is back.
Radio is back. Wow. Do you remember how much money those guys used to make for making Big A shit in a bag and slapping against Bobo's face?
Oh, yeah. I was there.
What did they make? What are you talking? Like 15 mil a year?
They were at least making $3 million each.
I mean, and then the extra. They were probably on the take from sponsors.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Benoit balls and
No.
fleshlight. Oh, that was before fleshlights. They just had Bobo's hand, you know. And then they, what else? Oh, who was the guy? Pat from Munaki. What did he do?
Yeah, he died. That's what he did. He died.
He died.
The gout finally got him.
That's a good bit. Pat dying on the air. That was a big bit. That was up there with Paul Mercurio going to the church. Pat dying on the air.
Yeah.
I mean, what a time. That show was so big. When I first moved here, I was like, oh, I got to get on that show. And then I couldn't. And then right after, it fell apart. And then once it fell apart.
I don't understand, honestly, Opie's weird jealousy or rants or the odd anger against Anthony for being, and now he's like downplaying the whole thing. He's like, oh, you know, it's only on Sunday night. Like, what is this?
Yeah, it's good that he came back to radio. I mean, he said the N-word more than a Wu-Tang Clan barbecue. and you know, they let him back. That's a good sign for everybody. Cancel culture's dead. Yeah.
Agreed. I completely agree with you. Opie's got to get rid of the jealousy. It's a very weak look.
I mean, you work together. I worked with Gino for a long time. I saw a picture of him 2 days ago, and he's trans now. And like, I didn't know, and I still talk to him once in a while. But I seen a picture, and he had like a bra on, and I was like, "Is this real or AI?" And I don't know. I got to call him and ask him. But yeah, you work together with someone. When I left him, he was real mad at me for a long time, you know, and he said a lot of bad shit about me. And I threw him up against the wall, and I was gonna break his jaw, and I didn't. And I guess someone else did. But when you work with someone that closely, there's a lot of emotions, and you're like best friends. And then things that you do makes the other person upset. So it happens, and I get it. And they were at the heights of radio. I mean, they were the best, except one other guy was above them, so they had to feel miserable about that. You know, they were the best, but this other guy was making way more money and was way better than them.
Well, is that so? Do you think that Howard Stern has really got into Opie's psyche in some way?
I would imagine. Okay, so even if I started selling out arenas. Even if I started selling out arenas, which still may happen if people go, oh, look, Bruce Willis is back with Down syndrome. If I started selling out arenas, I'd still look at the person that was above me that was selling out stadiums. And I'd be like, this fucking cocksucker. And you're like, we do the exact same thing. Why are they up here? And that's true. And that's it. And then I'd be like, oh, he stole my bit. He stole this. Because that's when it's such a competitive field. Comedy
I get it.
Like that. And Shock Jock Radio was like that.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I just think that if he was a little bit happier for his pal, maybe he could find his own way back. And
it'd be, that's right. You do have to turn it, because it's, you know, if you're living in that world where it's all negative, the world's going to be negative for you.
Exactly. Like, for instance, I'm bitter about Pat McAfee because I feel like he took all of, you know, he basically co-opted me or the Davey Mac Sports Program or this show, which has been in existence, which won awards. iTunes, awards. And I feel like Pat McAfee's sort of, co-opted. I have some sources who say that he's a big O&A Ron and Fez guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe, he's watched some of this show and taken what.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, I can be bitter and angry, and I am, but I'm going to now try to rise above that and beat McAfee. You see what I'm saying?
I was at Monday Night Raw the other night, and he was there.
Did you? And what did you do? Did you say hello?
I mean, he was announcing. I was like, "How's this guy got this announcing gig? That seemed pretty cool." I mean, I was like, Dave should be doing this.
Yeah.
And I was up in the Lexus suite thinking I'm king of the castle, and then I look down in the front row. Andrew Schultz is in the front row, and I'm up there in the Lexus. And I text. I go, "I'm in the Lexus suite. If you're bored, you want to come up?" Then I see, now he's in the wrestling ring. So I guess he doesn't want to come up.
You were at Monday Night Raw. Are you?
Yeah.
So you're a wrestling fan?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Just went for the suite, and then I
we
watched it.
Wrestling pals.
I mean, I like it, man.
I watched the show.
But I like the old school stuff, and some of it was good, and I like the. But I saw Logan Paul came in and threw Andrew Schultz over the thing. Did you watch that?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and then Andrew Schultz went in and got to live his dream and awkwardly climbed up the ropes and was like, "Hey!" Hey! It was great.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've been inside the wrestling ring. I've gotten speared by Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. Yeah, Mr. USA, Tony
Atlas ruled, dude.
headbutted me into Jupiter. I couldn't.
Come on, show me video.
Robert, go find you can mute it and just cue it up to when Tony headbutts me.
I was at Side Splitters in Tampa, and there was this gorgeous girl in the front row with this huge ring. And I go, "Oh, look at you married someone famous, huh?" And she goes, "Yeah." I go, "Who?" She goes, "I don't want to say." So I kept riffing with her, making fun of her, and her mom was there, and I was doing jokes about her mom being old and me fucking her. And then I get off stage, and the owner, BT, goes, "That's Hulk Hogan's wife." And I go, "Oh, that's awesome." And then the next day he texts me, he goes, "Hulk Hogan's pissed at you." I go, "For what?" And he goes, "Making fun of his mother-in-law." I go, "Come on."
Yeah, give me a break. It's a comedy club. These people go to comedy clubs and don't like the comedian to even look at them or speak in their direction are insane. But by the way, I want to ask you a question about that. But before I do, with Tony Atlas, are you aware of what his kink is? He loves women standing on him with high heels.
Good.
He gets off like that's his thing.
Good for him.
No, I'm not judging, but these stories of wrestlers, walking in, backstage in the arena, and they're turning around, like turning a corner, a dark corner, and there's Tony Atlas grunting very sexually because some 7-foot woman is standing on him with high heels. It's a really odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
Yeah,
it's odd. That's a tall woman.
Did you
Probably a
find
man.
Robert the Tony Atlas
I
thing?
did. Let me pull my screen up.
I can't wait to not hear it.
Yeah, I mean, again, he can't hear it, so just cue it to where. So that's Tony in there, and that's me. And Tony smashes my head into the turnbuckle. We were having a pose off, and I tried to take a cheap shot at Tony. There he is, and here's the part where he's going to smash my head into my bodyguards. Yeah, and then he hits me right here. Boom. That was the one. Set me flying.
Nice.
Yeah, they all right. That's enough, Robert. That's embarrassing. But
dude, that's awesome. And then you put heels on and stood on him.
Now, when there's a heckler at the comedy club, you do a joke, and then someone is offended, and they're like, boo! Like you shouldn't say that. How does Aaron Berg deal with that?
You're absolutely correct. I apologize. Thank you, and have a good night. That would be really funny.
That'd be funny to me.
Yeah.
So you just agree with him?
Last night I went to do this show at this small place, and I had two famous friends with me, girlfriends, and I took them and stood them at the back, and they always see me kill, and I was like, I'm gonna go kill in front of these ladies, and then I walked up. And the guy before me was doing so bad. And I go, this guy sucks so bad. This guy's so bad. I go, this crowd sucks. This host sucks. And then I went up and I was like, watch this. And I figured I'd get them. And I guess it was a very woke room. So at the back is these 4 lesbians. And I don't know what they're saying, but my 2 girlfriends are at the back. And they're like, this guy sucks. This is not funny at all. And I can't hear that at all. And I'm just up front, and there's a black table, and I'm getting them to laugh, and then I'm calling other people autistic and retarded, and they're laughing. But they were so uptight, and nobody heckled, but I was like, oh, this is bad. And then I left, and I literally felt like I wasn't going to get paid. I literally felt like the club wasn't going to pay me because it was not good.
Well, that's okay. So, Sonny wants to say hello real quick.
Hey, Sonny.
Okay, there it is. There you go. Thank you, Sonny. Sonny and Enzo are here. Enzo's right there too, in case you didn't see him.
Nice.
He's just hanging there.
But the worst heckle I ever got was someone in the dark yelled, next. And I couldn't see them. and I didn't know what to do. And then
Next?
later,
One word.
next.
Ooh, that's horrible.
And you're looking and you're like, what? Oh boy, it's
I'd like to send you my world's worst comedian set.
Okay.
Bob Kelly asked me to do stand-up one time.
Oh no.
Yeah. We can't play it because you can't hear shit. But
Okay.
it's available. And I believe that I killed. Now, I also wrote the jokes right before the set, and I was a little drunk. So I'm going to have to send you that video, and you're going to have to give your full opinion. Maybe next time you do this show, you give your full opinion on my routine. I actually did it twice, and Bob Kelly paid me. I couldn't believe it.
How much?
$200.
Why?
I don't know.
Where was it?
One was at the Stand, and the other one was a much bigger place in Midtown because what's his face was there, Colin Quinn.
Caroline's?
That's it. And it was me, Luis Gomez, Bob Kelly, and then Colin Quinn.
Boy, that's a bad lineup. You guys couldn't get Greg Fitzsimmons to that, right?
Now, here's something that I get mad about, and it's my yearly bullshit. The New Jersey Hall of Fame. I am I'm a New Jerseyan, proud of it.
Me too.
You are? All right.
Yeah.
Then
Born and raised, Perth Amboy.
Perth Amboy. I thought you were from Canada.
Perth Amboy, born and raised.
I don't believe you.
Yep.
I mean, I know that they have a water pollution problem in Perth Amboy. I hope it doesn't turn them all into fish mouths.
No, we're fine. I know Perth Amboy.
Are you sure you're fine? I mean,
Pretty good, pretty good. Just don't put any sharp hooks near me.
the beautiful movie theater in Perth Amboy.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. You know what else is gorgeous? Oh, the death due to pollution.
So you're gonna like this. New Jersey Hall of Fame nominations for performing arts and entertainment.
John Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, Joey Coco Diaz.
They're in already. All of those guys you mentioned are in already. Here is the class for 2025, though. James L. Brooks. No issues there. That's the guy with the Simpsons, the Cheers. He's a producing legend. Okay. Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
All right. She's from Brielle. She's only a few minutes from my house. Probably the best Mary Jane in the Spider-Man films. Okay, fine. Uncle Floyd. Now, he's a hero.
God, say his name. Rest in peace.
Uncle Floyd.
So sad.
He's alive.
No, Minneapolis, dude. You got to check the news.
Oh, shit.
A cop killed him.
Well, that was a different guy. That guy was much darker than Uncle Floyd. Uncle Floyd, he's a Caucasian, and he wears funny hats. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're thinking of someone else. That's Uncle Greg Floyd.
Okay.
Okay, that's who you were thinking of.
Yes.
Now, Celeste Holm. Do you know who she is? Because I don't.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I'll tell you this. A Celeste home is a happy home.
Marilyn McCoo. Do you know who she is? I don't know who the hell's that?
It sounds like somebody like Marilyn Monroe, but then she coos a lot. So you're like, hey, Marilyn McCoo.
Tito Puente. Okay.
Of course.
We all know Tito Puente.
Legend.
David Brian Rashbaum.
Yep. And actually.
Who?
Great dude.
You don't know who he is.
The whole Rashbaum family's beautiful, dude.
You're making this up. You
haven't driven by Lakewood? The Rashbaums are lovely people. They donate.
You are familiar with the Jewish neighborhoods of New Jersey. I'll give you that much.
That's correct.
You chose the right town for the rash bombs.
That's where the rash bombs live. That's where the rash bombs thrive.
Yes, it was either that or Deal. Brooke Shields. Okay, we know she. But I mean,
Met her.
Hall of Fame. You met her?
Yeah, at Sal Volcano's wedding. My wife and her got along very well. They were talking about some type of chick PTSD or periods or something. I don't know, but they had fun.
But is that a Hall of Famer? I know she's famous, but how does she get in the Hall of Fame?
You're forgetting two essential words here. New Jersey.
All right. How about, okay, the Isley brothers I can accept, but then finally Michael Uzlan. Who is that?
Yeah, more like Michael Measlan. I don't know. Who is it?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know.
I don't know who Michael Uzlan is.
This is my point. 50% of that list, I don't know. Aaron Berg doesn't know. Robert sure as hell doesn't know. These people should all be disqualified. I've said it year in and year out. I submit my name year in and year out. I just want to be on the nominations list. This is just the nominations list. This isn't who's getting in.
Oh.
I just want to be on the nominations list, for Christ's sakes. I deserve to be there above Marilyn McCoo and Celeste Holm and David Bryan Rashbaum, that's for sure.
I'm just happy Greg Fitzsimmons isn't on there.
If you Google Michael Uzlan, the first thing that comes up is lawyer and film producer. He's best known for his law practice, so that should make you feel good, Dave.
So he's a lawyer. What the hell? Arts and entertainment was that category. It was all supposed to be all entertainers.
Money talks, lawyers walk.
Aaron, we'd like to play a game called Interrogation, and it's a game that it helps us and the audience get to know our very special guests that much closer. Okay. It's something that kind of, there you go. Get ready for it. Yep. Do any kind of exercises that you have to do. Okay, good. Robert, do you have any music like Clockwork Orange or anything? Doesn't matter, I guess. You could put it in post. Aaron?
Yes.
Please state your name and location.
Aaron Berg, New Jersey, New Jersey.
Have you ever stolen anything?
Yes.
And if so, what did we steal?
Erasers. I was an eraser klepto.
You stole erasers, pencil erasers?
Like scented erasers. There was a whole bunch. I hid them in my cubby. And then the teacher found them and said, hey, and someone goes, that's my eraser. I'm like, how'd that get in there? I stopped stealing after I got arrested for breaking into cars when I was 15.
If a wizard was going to turn you into a cyclops or a triclops, which one would you choose?
Triclops.
Triclops, 3 eyes. I got to agree with you there. Who would go with the one when you can get 3? That's a smart move right there. What is the stupidest animal you think? In terms of IQ, in terms of like actual intelligence, what animals are you just like, God, what a dumb animal that thing is?
Dead fox.
A dead fox, yeah. Because, a smart one, an alive one, it's smart. It's smart as a fox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. When is the last time you lied to a friend? Hasn't done it in a while, has he, Robert? See, he's truthful. He tries to pretend that he's a bad boy. He's the bad boy of comedy, but actually he's an angel. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys of comedy, Robert.
Yeah. Hard on the outside, soft on the
he
inside.
Can't even do it. We can just move on to the next one.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait.
Super honest. Look at this guy. He can't even come up with
one
time. He's
been, yeah, I don't know. 15.
That's saintly. I got to tell you, Robert and I lie to each other all the time. So, you're better than me. I got to tell you.
Thanks.
Now, to save humanity, would you rather let a little person have anal sex with you? They're on top. Or You perform fellatio on a giant. This is to save humanity. You have to choose one of those two options.
Yeah, I'll do a little person on top of me while my penis is in them. I'll do anal on them. I'd love to. They make them hot now. There's hot midgies. If you go on like Instagram, they're smoking. And I watch them, and I put my hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. I put my hand up, and they dance together. There's two of them. They're both sexy, and you feel like you could just use them like fleshlights because they're so small. Just pump them full of jizz and then throw them.
Jesus Christ. Now.
Oh, midgie ass. Oh, you know how hot a midgie ass would be? That hole, all pure, just filled.
I mean, we're getting way too much out of this one question. This response. Can we move on to the next question?
I mean, I'm just
the Chris Pepper Stanley question. Who is the least trustworthy person you know? The least trustworthy person.
My wife.
Who killed JFK in your opinion?
Muslims.
That's brand new. That's one we haven't heard of. I'm one of those JFK obsessives. I have been since Oliver Stone's movie. That movie had a major impact on me.
Yeah.
I've been studying that case for years. I haven't heard the Muslim angle yet.
Very prevalent around that time.
Very prevalent in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims.
In the early 60s, I don't think they were prevalent out there.
I want to start a podcast called Jew Rogan where I just do all these conspiracy theories, but none of them make sense. Jew Rogan.
That's hysterical. All right. Would you rather eat a bowl of feces, drink a gallon of urine, or snort 5 lines of cum for $10,000?
Ew, come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Come on, you after your little person rant.
Go back to where I get to fuck a midget, man. Fucking sick.
So I'm going to take that as you snort the line.
I'm not doing nothing. 10 grand.
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Fucking midgets in the ass.
And finally, has Robert ever disappointed you? And if so, how?
Yes.
You don't have to go into specific detail if you don't want, or if you do want.
I don't know. I think I yelled at him once. He got mad at me for something that I yelled at him
one
once.
time?
I don't know what it was.
Just one time.
Yeah.
You are a saint.
Yeah.
You know how many horrible Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses fucking moments Robert and I have had throughout the years? Lots of controversy throughout the years.
God, this reminds me of how much of a hack Greg Fitzsimmons is. Fucking, I'm a dad.
Now we're out of time. What can I promote for Aaron Berg? Watch him in Daredevil. He's the construction guy at the beginning of episode 2. Watch him in Perth Amboy doing the fish mouth.
Yeah, that fish mouth was pretty
But
cool.
no, what can we promote? What can we
Dude, road dates like crazy. It's I'm finishing up my comedy career. I've got Detroit, I've got Marco Island, Florida. I'm going to be in Key West. I'm going to be in Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to be in New Orleans. It's all these B and C list cities, and that's where my talent is demanded.
No, it's great. You got to go check them out. Make sure. I think Robert has just put one of those little, what are they called again?
QR codes.
Robert has put a QR code on the screen right here. So if you take your phone up there, you can see where Aaron is performing comedy, and you definitely want to go check him out. He's a sensational comedian, a lot better than Greg Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, way better. It's not even. He's a nepo baby, man. Do some research. He's a nepo baby.
Who's his father? Or
He
mother?
worked in television. He worked in television. He was very well
I didn't know that.
Nepo baby.
Fucking nepo baby.
Nice guy though.
Well, it doesn't matter now. It's a nepo
What
baby.
a hack.
What a hack. It was sensational having you on the show. We got to thank you. We're
Great,
we're
man.
done.
You guys are really good at what you do, except putting sound on clips.
That's all, Robert.
All right.
I say to him before the show, can we test?
I say, Robert. I say.
No, he's great. Robert's doing great. All right, listen. Wait, Robert, do you want to promote something too?
Yeah, Saturday I'll be at the Eichelberg Theater in Hanover, Pennsylvania. If you want to come see me.
Look at that. Look at him. He's been killing it lately. Are you aware of it?
He's been killing it.
You guys ever perform comedy together? I think Robert's opened for you a bunch of times.
Yeah, he lays in the back of the car and opens for me. So gross. What's wrong with you?
All right, we're going to end it on that.
All right.
Thank you
everybody.
so much. Aaron Berg, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for doing the show. Make sure you check out Aaron Berg wherever he's doing comedy because he's so much fun to watch and listen to.
Thank you.
And absolutely. And Robert Tamburro, of course, make sure you check him out. And that'll do it for Aaron Berg, for the great Aaron Berg, for Robert Tamburro. My name is Davey Mac. This has been the Davey Mac Sports Program. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Hot mic. Good job, guys. You're very talented.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks. That's really fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. Hope Greg Fitzsimmons watches. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.